Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media, and the New York Knicks finally beat the Brooklyn Nets. They dominate them 124-106. Josh Hart, in his second career game with the New York Knicks, drops a season-high 27 points, and he's proving to be the exact missing piece to the puzzle for the New York Knicks to go on a run for the rest of the season to head into the playoffs. This man is playing out of his mind. Now, speaking of playing out of his mind, Jalen freaking Brunson. Oh my gosh, ever since this man has been not named an all-star, he's averaging over 32 points per game. This man drops his third 40 bomb of the season. 40 points, 5 dimes, 15 of 21 from the field, 6 of 9 from three-point land. What he is doing is absolutely mind-blowing, taking over games. The calm, cool collectiveness of Jalen Brunson is just such a beautiful thing to watch. Knicks fans, we have our point guard, and not only do we have a point guard, we have a star point guard. I don't care he's not an all-star. That man is a star. I mean, tonight he played like a superstar, and I tweeted it out. I'm like, dude, Brunson is red hot. This guy's playing like a damn superstar, and it's a beautiful thing to watch. And Josh Hart, again, in his second game as a Knick, oh my, I just can't ask for more. He's exactly what this team needs. And of course, Julius Randle always putting in his numbers. So in this video, I just want to give you guys my overall reaction. The game just got wrapped up a couple of minutes ago. I'm pumped up. Are you pumped up, though? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section of tonight's game against the Brooklyn Nets. We're on a little 2-game winning streak, and we're 2-0 with Josh Hart, part of the rotation. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and please do not forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're new to Knicks Media. Let's get further into the video. So in today's game, it was close throughout it, but the Knicks just took over in the second half. I mean, it was a close game heading into halftime, but the defense really was the difference in that second half. The New York Knicks gave up only 22 points in the third quarter, and then they only gave up 23 points in the fourth quarter. That's going to be the identity of this team. We all know that with Tom Thibodeau, and the Knicks started swarming, and it was the new look to Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, they trade away KD. They trade away Kyrie. They got Bridges. They got Dinwiddie back. They're running it back with Dinwiddie. They got Johnson. They got all these new players that are trying to find their identity, and thank you, the Knicks were able to beat them because they beat us 9 straight times. And if the Knicks lost to this Brooklyn Nets team that are, by the way, ahead of us in the standings, I would have been really pissed off. So it was beautiful to see the Knicks take this game in the fourth quarter, and they kind of just blew the lid off. And then early on in the fourth quarter, with the bench unit out there, with Quickly, with Obi, with Josh Hart, they didn't really need Brunson and Randle to enter back into the game in the fourth quarter because the game was over, and that's a beautiful thing. I think every Knicks fan will get on board with a stress-free W when there's 3.5 minutes to go. We're subbing in the bench knowing we win, because how many stressful games have we sat through this season, whether we even win or lose? Late in the game, 60 seconds to go, it's just a nail-biter. I didn't need that today, you know. I did not need a nail-biting victory. I wanted a solidified dub against the Brooklyn Nets. So talking about Julius Randle real quick, you know, I love how he just quietly puts up a double-double, and he's just doing his thing. And Randle started off the game red hot. He had the first 7 points, was hitting all of his mid-range jump shots tonight. He was lethal. I mean, those contested mid-range fadeaway jump shot is just unbelievable from Julius Randle. He just looks so calm, cool, collected, like, yep, he's our star. But then Jalen Brunson's kind of stealing the show from him because he literally is lighting it up ever since he was not named an all-star. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I know he's averaging well over 32 points per game since they announced the all-star reserves. Now, other players not mentioned in Brunson, Hart, or Randle, Emmanuel Quickly had a solid game off the bench. He had 14 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. He is such a critical piece to this team. I love what I'm seeing from Quickly, of course. You got to give the love to the big man and Sims and Hardenstein making the big-time minutes. This was one of R.J. Barrett's worst games of the season. I mean, he had 4 points in total. He left the game. He went into the locker room. Don't know what happened. But the good news is this Knicks team is deep, where we're not relying on 1 or 2 or 3 players to bounce. If R.J. Barrett's off, which, by the way, he has been the past couple of games, we have Josh Hart, who we just traded for to be an amazing player for us. We have Julius Randle, and I feel like, you know, hopefully RJ can get it going because we need him. And I know that a lot of Knicks fans are over him and they just want him gone, but we have to realize that when RJ Barrett plays good basketball, like I know he has in him, and if he can get going like we know that he's been playing before his injury, that's only going to take this team to the other level. So hopefully RJ can gain his confidence back because he definitely lost that. But I do want to finish off the video just talking about how important Josh Hart's acquisition was to this Knicks team, man, because what were the Knicks lacking before the trade? especially without Mitchell Robinson. We've been missing out on a rebounding player, a guy that's just scrappy, doing all the hard-nosed plays, getting those loose balls, being like a guy that just attacks the paint, and he just embodies being a Knick. Like, doesn't he just look exactly like what a Knick player should be doing? Like, I just feel like his energies, padding the chest, his defense, getting into the passing lanes, hitting the clutch shots, feeding off the Garden crowd, I think that's a big part. And I know that when you're at a Knicks game, every Knicks fan knows the feeling of when a player hits a big shot and the player looks at the crowd and he's screaming and he's feeding off the energy of the Garden. It's just nothing like it. And Josh Hart is literally embodying being a New York Knick immediately. And I just feel like his impact on this team is going to be so huge because we needed somebody like him to be a Swiss Army knife. And he dropped 27 tonight. Don't think that's going to happen every night. He is not a scoring guy. I love him as a scorer. If he was hitting all of his jump shots and he was attacking the paint, which is great. But what he brings to the table is defense, getting into the passing lanes, communicating, being clutch, getting those loose balls, making sure that we can move the ball around, because without Mitchell Robinson, the Knicks have not been as good as on the glass, getting those, offensive and defensive rebounds and avoiding second chance opportunities for the other team. And that's what Josh Hart's been bringing to the table in his only second game, bro. 27 points and a plus minus of a plus 25. You cannot ask for more from Josh freaking Hart, man. I'm very impressed with him, and that trade looks like it is going to be so good for this season because we needed an impactful player off the bench. And I know a lot of people are screaming, start Josh Hart, start Josh Hart. My thoughts of that is there's nothing wrong with him coming off the bench. Like, we need depth, we need talent coming off the bench. I love Quickly and Hart coming in midway through the second quarter together. I feel like that is a really interesting thing, and it doesn't matter who starts the game. It matters who finishes the game, and that's what Tom Thibodeau has been doing as a coach. He has to feel out the game, and he has to figure out the lineup in the fourth quarter when we need him to the most. And Josh Hart played all 12 minutes in the fourth quarter in the W against the Jazz. He played all the critical minutes in the fourth quarter. So again, it doesn't matter who starts the game. It matters who finishes the game. I got no problem with Josh Hart coming off the bench because he's going to get his minutes. He's going to get his playing time. I like him playing with the second unit. I like him with Quickly and Obi. And RJ plays with the second unit as well because we know how the rotations work. RJ is the first one to the bench because they want him to get his early rest so he can come back out there early in the second quarter to run with the bench unit, because we all know that Tom Thibodeau runs a 9-man rotation. So when you run a 9-man rotation, that means there is always going to be a starter on the court with the bench, and RJ is that guy. So I like that lineup of Emmanuel Quickly, Josh Hart, RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, and Isaiah Hartenstein. I think that bench unit is really good. So keep it up, Tom Thibodeau. You found your rotations, and hopefully we can continue winning, man, because we got a big game against the Atlanta Hawks before the All-Star break. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, guys. Hit that like button if you guys enjoy, and let's go Knicks. Go New York, go New York, go. Let's go. Peace out, everybody.